Hello everyone, so this is Maurya again, and today I have learned about the factory design pattern. So, what this pattern says, before that, let's understand or revise everything what we have learned and then move on to this factory design pattern step by step. So, suppose we have to create a simple notification system, notification service which have two facilities. It I can send notification via email or a SMS. So a simple or a vague solution that I can think of is I can create a notification service class that will send notification, and there will be an interface that will be extending my this email notification and SMS notification. Now this is a simple solution that I can think of, and it also follows the single responsibility principle. As I can think of is the notification is extending this email and SMS notification, so the single responsibility principle is followed here. But what about this notification service? Let's look into it. So I have this notification service class that is taking a simple function, and it is creating the object and also sending that notification. So it is completing or doing two tasks. So what does it means? It simply means it is violating the single responsibility principle. Okay, got it. So it is violating the single responsibility principle. What other thing I can think of is, suppose I have to add a WhatsApp service in here. So I have to modify this class. Again, if else block will be there. So it also violates open close principle. Now there are two violations: the single responsibility principle and the open close principle. So how can I solve this problem? So as we all know, the single responsibility principle can simply be solved using the creating a separate class for that. So I will be creating a separate class, and I will call that notify factory. And what will be this class's responsibility? Hmm. Its class responsibility will be creating the object, and I can name it whatever I want, but I have given it name factory. So it's called notification factory class. Now, what this class is doing, or when I add this, what will we are doing? So let's come here. So this is the simple factory class. I have simply, these are the things that are previously there. Notification service is also there. I have just added a notification factory class. So what this notification factory class is doing is it is creating object for me. What kind of object? This email notification object or the SMS notification object with the help of these interfaces. So yeah, this is the function that I have written. Now one question that you can think of is why I have written here static. So answer is simple. This factory is doing nothing. There is no any variables or data types within it. So its function's only task is to just create the object, nothing else. No any static state or something else. So I can make it static so that I can access it using the class. I don't have to create another object in order to use this. So that's why we are using this static keyword. Now let's see what can I able to solve the problem in the notification service class of the single responsibility principle. So I can see here that there is a notification class which is creating object. So object creation, and it is also sending the notification. So I can, it is a genuine thought that how we are able to solve it. It is again doing two tasks. creating the object and notifying the user. But let's think again. What this function is doing, it is calling the function to create the object. Means the object is created by this factory. Okay. So the object is created by this factory, not this service class. So this notification service has only one responsibility, that is sending the notification. Simple. So it is following the open close principle. Now, when I come to this point, when I come here and see that can I be able to solve the open close principle, because in the notification factory class I have written this if else block, and if I have to again use another notification or WhatsApp notification, I have to modify in this. So the open close principle is still violating. So how can I solve this? Correct. If I have to solve this open close principle, what I will do is I will create another class and just implement those methods in this. Create an interface. So I have created a notification factory, which will be an interface, and then they will implement the email factory or SMS factory. If I have to use the WhatsApp factory, it will implement this notification factory. Simple, no any changes in there. So I was able to solve this open close principle, and the main problem that we are getting in my code will is these two. So I have correctly solved it. Now let's see what additional things that are written. So this is the thing that is previously there. So there is no any changes in here. In the notification factory, there is a interface, and we just implements those interfaces in here. Simple. And there is a notification service class, which was already there, and this was already there. So only this change, and our code just start following the open close principle. Now if I have to call this, so this is me, client. So let's now define what factory pattern is. So until now I have understood what we are doing. So let's define what single response factory design pattern do. So factory design pattern says that the logic to create the object will be there in a separate class. We call it a factory class. And the client should not be concerned with how the objects are created. It should be only concerned about using those objects or how to implement those objects in the business logic. So we have just did that. How? This is the client code. There is a service which is a notification service. I am using a notification service, and I tell the service that I have to send a notification. How? Using the SMS, using the email. I do not have to take care of how this email is being created, how object is being created. All are being taken care by this class diagram or the flow. So that's it for the today. Bye bye.